Your bite-sized daily roundup of the biggest news from the world of film. This is the Daily Reel with Van Connor.
Good morning, it's Wednesday, March 10th, an eclectic day for film releases historically, with those released including the likes of Get Carter in 1971, Muriel's Wedding in 1995, and Kong Skull Island in 2017. But sadly, also Failure to Launch in 2006, and Robert Pattinson's Remember Me in 2010. Birthdays for today include the legendary Sharon Stone, Olivia Wilde, John Hamm, Rafe Spall, and the man who doesn't need to blow out birthday candles when he could just extinguish them with his glare, the one and only Chuck Norris. Here's the reel for today. James Cameron's Avatar is returning to Chinese cinemas, and it might just do what Thanos couldn't: take down the Avengers. By apparent popular demand, the 2009 sci-fi action blockbuster will reportedly be sent out to Chinese cinemas this Friday. The film will be aiming for a surprise, wide-scale, nationwide release in both IMAX 3D and regular 3D. The move comes after the Chinese Film Bureau shortlisted the film last year as one routinely requested for re-release by local moviegoers due to its overwhelming popularity in the country. Such a release could even jeopardize the current record held by Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame. That movie, which presently holds the top spot as the highest grossing film worldwide, has only a precarious lead over the number 2 slot, which is Avatar. Endgame, which earned $2.797 billion at the global box office, is just over $7 million ahead of Avatar's current international cume. Cameron's World of Pandora has brought in $2.79 billion in its lifetime, and this latest re-release could tip the scales back towards the Na'vi. Time will tell, but the re-release won't be the last we hear of the Avatar franchise. 4 sequels are currently planned, with the first pair having already completed filming. Avatar 2, rumoured to be subtitled The Way of Water, is currently slated for release on the 16th of December 2022.
You are not in Kansas anymore. You are on Pandora, ladies and gentlemen. Respect that fact every second of every day.
Drink great gin, make a difference. We handcraft our gins with only the finest botanicals and use our profits to support charities and initiatives that provide relief to struggling hospitality workers. Visit hospitalitygin.co.uk to find out more. Hospitality Gin. Drink great gin, make a difference.
Charlie's Angels and Pitch Perfect director Elizabeth Banks is set to helm Universal's forthcoming Cocaine Bear. The film has bizarrely been described as both a character-driven thriller and a horror comedy by different outlets. All that's known for sure is that the movie will loosely adapt the famous real-world events of the titular Cocaine Bear of 1985 Kentucky. The story goes that the former narcotics officer Andrew Thornton gave up his career of fighting crime for a life of, crime. Thornton became a highly successful drug kingpin and lived a life of daring and riches. That is, until a series of unfortunate mishaps saw him abandon a plane mid-flight, dropping 40 plastic containers full of cocaine into Chattahoochee National Forest, and eventually dying in Tennessee after becoming tangled in his own parachute. Police and federal agents retraced the flight's path, and had fully expected to find a ditch stash of cocaine worth around $15 million. Instead, they found 40 empty containers, and a black bear who had died the most 80s death imaginable. The medical examiner who performed the autopsy on the bear described the creature as saying that its stomach was literally packed to the brim with cocaine. There isn't a mammal on the planet that could survive that. Cerebral hemorrhaging, respiratory failure, hypothermia, renal failure, heart failure, stroke, you name it, that bear had it. The animal, affectionately named Pablo Escobar by local residents, was later taxidermied and is currently a popular tourist attraction at the Kentucky Fun Mall. The film adaptation will be a reunion of sorts for Banks, who previously worked with producers Phil Lord and Chris Miller on the Lego Movie. Banks will shoot from a script penned by Jimmy Warden, with Cocaine Bear set to begin filming this summer.
Boy, these Barton University troublemakers always thrill the judges and the ladies in the room. Cannot get enough.
So true, John. Nothing makes a woman feel more like a girl than a man who sings like a boy.
And finally, legendary director Steven Spielberg has signed on to create a motion picture about his own childhood. Spielberg will co-write and direct the untitled project for his own company Amblin, which will vaguely follow the events of his childhood in Arizona. Frequent collaborator and Munich screenwriter Tony Kushner is said to be on board to flesh out the script with the Jaws helmet. Casting is currently underway for children of multiple ages, and actress Michelle Williams is reportedly in final negotiations to play the character inspired by Spielberg's mother. Cameras will start rolling on the unnamed film this summer, with a tentative release planned for 2022.
You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and in spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in and they rip you to pieces.
Fantasy dramedy She Dies Tomorrow arrives to stream on Netflix today, with Mubi adding Gianfranco Rossi's Below Sea Level and Edge of Tomorrow rocking onto Amazon Prime. The Green Mile's on 5-Star tonight, while Space Cowboys is on ITV4, Home Alone, Taken and Cowboys and Aliens are on Film 4, and Red 2 and The Cold Light of Day are showing on the Paramount Network. While the Sky Cinema and Now TV premiere for today is Andrew Gibson's homelessness drama Gutterbug. This has been the Daily Reel for Wednesday the 10th of March. Keep it cinematic. See you tomorrow.
The Daily Reel is a Candystore production, presented by Van Connor and written by Calvin Prickett. All information is correct at the time of writing, and source links are in the description for each episode. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe on all good podcast platforms, or ask Alexa to install the Daily Reel skill for your morning flash briefing. Follow the show on social at Daily Reel Pod, and we'll be back every weekday. Until then, keep it cinematic.